What scares you? What scares you that you are not doing, but it actually is holding you back from what you are supposed to be doing, or what you are capable of doing, but you're so scared of it that you don't know that you're capable of doing it? Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah. That is where I'm at. I have been aware for some time now of certain things that scare me. One of them actually being like talking on social media, being a social media person. I was a girl who wasn't even on it, wasn't really scrolling on it like that, barely posted. Then I ended up becoming, a person on TikTok and growing on TikTok slowly but surely. I'll take what I could get. You know what I'm saying? But that was a challenge to get used to. I remember when I first grabbed my phone, I was like, what am I doing? I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself anyways. But, I'm talking to myself on the camera. What am I going to say? This is kind of, being afraid to be seen, the perception, sharing myself with social media. Fun fact, you still don't know everything. You still don't have the full capacity. You know what I'm saying? I think the question is, do you ever get that with everyone? I think the answer to that is no. But I do think social media wise, you could get more. But there's kind of this fear and this hold back. You know what I'm saying? Of what I'm fully capable of. I feel like I probably could even grow a bit faster if I really popped off. But it's like, okay, oh my gosh, what if they don't like my humor? What if they don't like this? What if they don't vibe with that? And it's like, girl, you gotta get out of that. And it's hard. It's a hard challenge. There's a vulnerability to it that is really hard to combat. Vulnerability in general. But outside of social media, there's many things. My dance journey, that's the biggest imposter syndrome I could ever have. College, easy peasy. I'm meant to be here. You know how much work I put in? I went to college. It was like, imposter syndrome where? And then dance has always been that thing that's kind of been like, any form of really creative outlet in a sense. That certain challenges when it comes to social anxiety, all those things, eating out by myself at a restaurant, even though I do a whole bunch of stuff by myself, but that's the one that I haven't combated. Recording myself in public, that is where I haven't challenged myself creatively because I did do that once, and I did it purposely where I was like, oh, no one's gonna see me, but it's like not caring so much and really just working on just being okay with being me. I think as I grew up, there was this part of me that I always limited myself. I always, kind of shut myself down for a variety of reasons and, hashtag therapy. But I think I'm in this era where I want consistent growth and I don't want to be held back anymore. And it's a work in progress. And so I think the question once again is, what are you afraid of? What is holding you back? Make that list. How can you challenge yourself? What can you do to start combating that? And join me on my journey. The journey is called S.P.O.O.K.Y. What that is, you want to know what S.P.O.O.K.Y is? Shout out to my friend Sabrina and Nicole, right? S.P.O.O.K.Y is stop pausing on obstacles, kickstart yourself. That means jump. Take that leap. Believe in yourself. And if you're thinking like, girl, I already started there, but did you? Are you at your full capacity? Are you really? And I'm not saying on social media, it doesn't even have to be that, but do you feel like you're holding yourself back? Are you really your full you? How can you get there? And so I'm going to take you on the journey with me. I have a whole list. It's going to be on my YouTube channel. That's a series I'm starting. But go ahead, link in bio. It's going to be a journey. But I have my list, and that's going to be, like I said, in the YouTube series. And I'm going to take you with me in regards to what I'm afraid of and what am I doing to combat it.